Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're well. Got my natural hair out today. Normally I would do a foundation Friday video today, but I thought I would do something different. So I really wanted to come and talk to you about some drugstore foundations, or affordable foundations should I say, that I think personally are actually quite worth it. If you want to see which ones I'm going to talk about, then make sure you stay tuned, and also if you like this video, don't forget to thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel, and definitely leave a comment below and share if you do like it. Okay, so the first foundation I'm going to talk about is my ultimate favourite foundation, and if you guys know about my channel, then you know that this is definitely one of my favourite, all-time favourite drugstore foundations ever, and it is this one, and it's the Max Factor Facefinity All Day Flawless 3-in-1 Foundation. I'm sure this bottle is my third or fourth bottle. Yes, I have actually gone through that many of these foundations. Yeah, I just really like it. I think it's a great foundation for keeping my face matte all day. It doesn't make me look dry matte, if that makes sense. So it lasts very long. It doesn't really matter which primer I tend to use it with this one, even though it's a 3-in-1 foundation. It claims to be a primer, concealer and foundation in one. I still use primer with it. It seems to work with any primer really, unless the primer itself is not that great. That's how I can test if a primer is not that great. It's affordable. I think in the drugstore it ranges between £9.99 and £12.99 depending on if they have any offers on at the time or anything like that. So I definitely feel like they can expand the shade range. That's one thing I would criticize it on. I'm the darkest shade in this foundation, and that's Suntan 100, so an expansion is 100% needed. Apart from that, I think that this is a great foundation. So if you're my shade or lighter, then you probably will find this to suit you in the store. And if you do like a mattifying foundation, then yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. Now, another foundation which is fairly new in its release is from the B range in Superdrugs, and this is the Flawless Matte Foundation. Now, I really like this one. This worked quite nicely on me. I don't think I've done an actual foundation Friday video on this, but I have used it before quite a few times, and actually, quite surprisingly, it worked really nicely on me. The shade that I've got is N10, which is neutral 10. I did go to the launch of the new B range with Superdrug, and they matched me to N10, which was actually quite a decent match for me, and it matches me really well. So yeah, I was quite impressed with that. Again, this is very affordable as well. I'll have to put the price in this video for you because I can't remember how much it is at the moment, but it's definitely very affordable. This gives you a matte finish, but it's quite similar to the Max Factor finish in that it's not a drying matte finish, if that makes sense. I wouldn't say it's as lasting as the Max Factor one, but it definitely is a decent last. Yeah, if you're looking for one to try out, then definitely pick this one up, try it out. And the shade range in this isn't the darkest one they do, the N10, that's not the darkest. So definitely see if you can find your shade in this. It actually comes with a pump as well, and so does the Max Factor one I forgot to show you. But I love the fact it comes with a pump and it's in this like really easy portable packaging as well. I'll quickly show you what the shade looks like. So that's the colour there on me. It's quite a really decent kind of colour, neutral 10. As you can see, it seems to match me quite well. When I use it on my face, it does match me quite decently as well. So yeah, really impressed with it, and again, would recommend it. Right, the next foundation I want to talk about is another foundation that is quite a thick formula. This one is the Revlon Youth Effects Foundation. Again, quite new to the drugstore. This one is in the shade 410 Cappuccino, which I believe is the darkest shade, and I'll show you now that for this to be the darkest shade, that is actually quite sad. It's really not that deep of a shade, as you can see there, but I mean, I'm using it today and it does blend in quite well. I think it could be slightly darker for me, but I've had to like obviously bronze up my skin and contour, etc. I like it. It's not the most mattifying of all that I've mentioned. I do get oily with this maybe around about the 5th hour or something, but it does look quite nice and it blends in quite well to my skin as well. I think it oxidizes slightly as well, so for me personally that is okay because it's slightly too light for my skin tone. I like it. I think it works quite nicely. It's quite a pricey foundation as well. It's either £13.99 or £14.99, so it's the most expensive of the ones I'm talking about today. It's got SPF 20, so I'm going to assume that this does have flashback. I don't test flashback because I don't do flash photography. B1 has SPF 15 in it, and the Max Factor one also has SPF 20. I have worn the Max Factor foundation and I have like taken pictures and stuff in it because I use it quite a lot, and I personally haven't seen any flashback or issues with this one. Now it's a fill and blur foundation as well, so it's supposed to basically, I don't know, make your skin look quite flawless. It says it dramatically transforms the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. I mean, I personally don't have that issue, but for me I think it works quite nicely. It seems to just give me a nice flawless look. As you can see today, I do have powder on top of it though. Now let's just ignore the visitor on my face right now, because that's just annoying me. Another new foundation that's recently launched is this new one from Sleek, and I recently went to, again, the launch of the Sleek foundation, and I got matte, well, my friend got matched and we're quite similar shades, so I just used her match and she got matched to LP20, which I think is a decent match for me. So I think these Sleek foundations, they now come in 24 shades, this new foundation, and it's the Life Proof foundation. I did do a Foundation Friday video on this, so I'll link it in this video for you. It's not as moussey or thick as the other ones, as you've seen just now, but it blends really nicely and it does match me quite well once I've blended it in to my skin. I wore it to work and I've been wearing it quite often since, and it works quite well. It's claimed to be medium to full coverage, which I definitely can attest to. I do think it is definitely medium coverage, but you can build it up. It claims to be sweat proof, so basically waterproof. I haven't really tested it out to be waterproof, but I have worn it when it's quite humid and I didn't see any issues with it, like the foundation coming off or anything. So yeah, it worked quite well. Life Proof your look with this foundation that goes the distance. Soft focus powders create a blurring effect and help to reduce the appearance of fine lines. The oil-free formula can help skin look even and shine-free whilst imperfections are concealed. I think it definitely does give you that shine-free finish initially, but not throughout the whole day. But yeah, you get 30 mils in this, 1 fluid ounce, which is the same in the others I've mentioned to you. I don't know about the SPF in this, it doesn't really mention that on this, but I will say one thing I've just noticed is that the shelf life of this is 6 months, whereas this one by B is 12 months. The Revlon one is 24 months and the Max Factor one is 12 months as well. Yeah, for 6 months shelf life, I mean, and you're getting the same amount as every other foundation, that's a bit short I think, but I don't know. This is, I think, £8.99, and of all the ones I'm talking about right now, in terms of like the shade range, I think this one probably has the best shade range in there, especially like on the darker range and everything. So yeah, that's quite a good option. And then the last foundation which I want to talk about is this. Now this is the Ordinary Serum Foundation, which again I did do a Foundation Friday on it, and you guys would have already seen it. If not, I will link it in this video for you. It says it's a lightweight serum formula, but it's part of the Ordinary colour range, and they do have a high coverage foundation and they have this serum foundation. Now the reason I've put this in this video is my favourite over the coverage one is because personally this one works a lot better for my oily skin than the coverage foundation did. This lasted a lot longer, this looked a lot better at the end of the day. I mean, I'll link the video for you so you can check, but I really enjoy this foundation. I wear it quite a lot as well now, and it's very lightweight. It's just an easy foundation, and actually to me the coverage is the same as the full coverage foundation, so I didn't really see anything different other than the fact that it was actually better for my oilier skin. So yeah, if I was to recommend one between the coverage and the serum foundation, then I would definitely recommend the serum foundation to you. The shade that I'm in is 3.2N, and it's a really good, perfect match for me. It goes on really well, blends amazingly, it sits really well on the skin. It gives me that kind of soft matte kind of look, which I was quite surprised by, because I thought being a serum foundation it will be a bit too like oily for me, but it's not at all. So yeah, I really like it. So guys, those were some of my foundation recommendations for you. Hopefully you enjoyed that. All of these were affordable foundations I've recently talked about or recently discovered, and I thought I would just mention them because they are still quite there in the drugstore or online. So yeah, I thought I'd mention those to you. Let me know what your favorite drugstore foundations are down below. I do have a whole range of other foundations to talk about, and obviously through doing Foundation Friday I'm discovering new foundation loves, etc. So this isn't an exclusive list of foundations for me, it's just that these are what, you know, these are ones that have just stood out to me more recently. I'm sure there are better ones out there as well for some of them, but as I test out more foundations, then I can bring to you more videos like this, like a roundup of them. If you want me to do like a more higher end foundation version of this, then please let me know down below. And yeah, I will see you very soon in my next video. Have a great weekend guys, and I'll see you on Monday. Take care, bye.